Hey Luke, what's in this box?
This is a new portable projector. This is from Jireno. It is the Cube4.
Okay.
So I don't know much about this thing.
Okay.
I've done a little bit of searching, a little bit of reading about what it is, but it is portable. That is the key. It comes with this nice portable case. It's a nice, like hard plastic case. And it's surprisingly heavy. So we've looked at a couple other portable projectors in the past. The last one we looked at was actually battery powered. This one is not. This is only AC power.
Okay.
But it's got this really sleek look. It's like a aluminum enclosure. So it kind of reminds me of what you've seen from like Apple and stuff like that. It's very sleek, very cool looking. It's got this bright orange kind of handle for carrying it around. But this guy is a 1080p projector.
Okay.
It's like it's got 4K sampling, so it'll take a 4K image and downsize it.
Okay.
It will it's like a 500 ANSI light
For the lumen, brightness. Okay.
brightness. So it'll be, and it's got a the technology in that projection is such a way that when it bounces in a dark room, when it bounces off the wall, it's not a harsh light. It's made in such a way that it's not going to cause a lot of eye fatigue.
Okay.
This also has built-in speakers. It's got 2 5-watt speakers. We haven't tested them out. We'll let you know, when we do that part of it.
Right.
But it's supposed to give you a good kind of spatial sound and make it, seem a little bit more lifelike than the little box that you have. The one thing I couldn't find on here is the overall image size it'll give you.
Oh, right.
Like the max image size. But if it's any indication from like what you've seen and what you see in their pictures or other ones we've used, probably something around, 105-inch screen, I would say. Pretty big.
There you go.
Up to 200-inch screen. There it is.
Double that.
Yeah. So, it'll give you a huge screen. This also has autofocus and 6-point auto keystoning.
So what is keystoning?
So keystoning is kind of the skew of the video. So if you set this up and you have it slightly off, it's not directly straight into your wall, it will correct that image so you don't see an image that's bigger on one side and smaller on the other. It will correct it and give you a perfect video on a flat wall.
So if this is plugged in on the side of a couch, and the only outlet I have is over there, and it's projecting this way,
if you turn it, it will auto correct that to be a flat image, a perfect 16:9 aspect ratio screen on your wall.
This also, I notice, has some ports.
It does.
In the back here.
Yeah, so it has your standard HDMI port. It'll do USB-C. It also has dual band Wi-Fi.
Okay.
So it'll support 2.4 gig and 5 gig Wi-Fi, and it has Bluetooth 5.0.
Nice.
So you'll be able to, kind of however you have media for it to display, should be able to display. Now, the one thing about this is it has in it something called, I'm going to say JIOS.
Okay.
JIOS. It's their own proprietary operating system. It has 2 gigs of RAM internal and 16 gigs of storage internally. And it says it's preloaded with the Play Store. So it's something where you're going to download those applications, whether it's Netflix, Hulu, HBO, YouTube TV, stuff like that. And then you're going to play it off of the operating system internally.
Okay.
You also can just plug your phone in and display from your phone. You could do Bluetooth from your phone. You could do an HDMI out from your laptop into the HDMI in. So there's plenty of ways to connect this thing and play your media through it.
Mm-hmm.
It's got dual fan for cooling, and it says that it's sub 30 decibels when it's running, which sounds pretty quiet.
Yeah.
For what we've seen, especially in something that's producing this much power for lighting a big wall for a screen. So it'll be interesting to see how that translates, how that sound actually comes across. In the box, you also, with the projector, you also have a remote.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty standard. Looks kind of like your Chrome, your cast. And then you have a AC plug. That's a big power pack.
That's meaty, yeah.
And another cable, and you get some batteries for the remote.
Okay.
So yeah, it's cool that they give you this hard case with it. I'm interested to check it out. I'm interested to see how it performs because it looks nice. It looks cool. It's one of those things that you could set out in your living room or in your den or whatever, and people won't think anything of it. It kind of would blend in and, not, and they're like, oh, here's this, let's turn on and watch a show. Like, oh, that's your TV.
Yeah, that's a pretty minimal design.
But it's also pretty small enough that you can take it with you wherever, especially with the built-in case to carry it around. And
I noticed on the bottom it's got the universal mount.
Oh yeah, cool.
So you can, if you have a tripod, or something, that
you can put it up on a tripod or a light stand or something like that. And then also, they make those for hanging from a ceiling too. So
I see this has 30,000 hours for
that's a lot of time
for lamp life. Let's just do some really quick math here. How many hours a day do you watch TV, Luke?
Oh man, me and TV. No, I would say maybe an hour or two a day at the most.
Let's say 3.
Okay, let's say 3 hours.
So you're gonna do 10,000 days.
Oh, that's a lot of days.
So divide that over a year. Okay, you're looking about 27.
So I can give this to my kids.
This is now a legacy item.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this in my will.
You are responsible for this. This is part of your.
Who's gonna get
estate.
Who's gonna get Dad's projector when he's gone?
Yeah. So
that's amazing.
That's a ton of time. So if you're doing 5-6 hours a day, you're not looking at like, oh, this thing's really only last me a couple of years.
Well, and especially I think about what are some outside use cases for stuff like this, especially because it's made for portability. I think of people at like trade shows or something.
Right.
If you're traveling around and you want to display a screen, you don't have to travel with a screen. You can just travel with this. And this can be on 8, 12, 16 hours a day during the whole trade show.
Right.
And you're going to get multiple years out of it, not just, I'm going to have to replace a bulb every year. So that's the kind of stuff, if you are doing a lot of stuff on the go, if you're doing a lot of traveling, if you do a lot of, you do a lot of camping, or maybe you live from your van, or you have a schoolie, you converted a schoolie, something like this might be perfect for your TV options. You're not going to have to worry about, changing a bulb a lot. You spend, the other thing about this, you spend $289 and you're going to have a TV. Now this isn't 4K.
Sure.
So it will take a 4K signal and you can, it will downscale it. So it's not like top of the line, display.
Sure.
It's not going to be the amazing quality, but it's a 1080p screen, which is going to be fine if you're projecting it at 200 inches on a wall.
Yeah, you're looking at quite a big.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're doing it in a house, you have to be pretty far away to get something like that.
Yeah.
I'll be curious to see what you think of the that brightness technology.
Yep.
And how far you do have to actually get from a wall to get.
Right.
So, yeah, look forward to hearing what you think about it.
Yeah.
And that is the Jireno Cube4.
Cube4. Yep.
Thank you, Luke.
Thanks for watching.
All right, that's going to do it for this episode of the podcast.
Thanks for listening.
We appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, feedback, concerns, comments, anything, shoot us an email at podcast@AndroidGuys.com. We'd love to hear from you one way or the other. Luke, if someone wants to get a hold of you, how do they do that?
I am on Instagram and Twitter at Luke Gaul, Gaul.
And I'm on Instagram at Scott Webster and Twitter as SWebster77. Until next time, thanks for listening.
See ya.